Um, okay, so this last week I encountered another thing. This is I'm not sure how to really go into this without stepping on toes, but I came across this image of this weird looking. Here, let me show you. This image. I don't know if people have seen this before or not. As you can see, the message is non-binary AFAB, or at a female at birth. People who present feminine are valid, and non-binary or non-binary a male at birth. People who present masculine are valid. Okay. The issue I have with this is it's confusing as hell. My understanding of non-binary is someone who does, as I do, mix aspects of the genders into one thing. For me, it's androgyny. And as far as I know, androgyny is non-binary. If we start using the new terms, because what they mean by non-binary is, conventional thinking is there's male and there's female, and that's it. Of course, we know that this is not quite the case because there's the existence of intersex people. However, this cartoon, as you saw it seems like it is saying that a woman who acts and presents as a female is valid, even if they think of themselves as non-binary. To me, it just sounds like someone who is female, presents as a female, lives their life as a woman, whether they're trans or not. They just follow their own drummer. In other words, they don't follow all the conventions of being feminine, or in the case of a masculine non-binary, they don't follow all the aspects of being a masculine person. This sounds like it just sounds like everybody else out there. There is no perfect male and there is no perfect female. Everybody's a mix of the two categories. Let's not get into the fact that there's stuff outside of those two binaries, because personally I don't think there is. It's all in between. There's male, there's female, and there's in between. And then when it comes to gender or gender roles, there's masculine and there's feminine, and then there's in between. For instance, my sister-in-law. You see her, she looks like a normal woman. She is a normal woman. But she also has interest in things that are not supposedly feminine, like she likes doing construction, she likes building things, she likes, until she had a pacemaker put in, she used to like working with heavy machinery. And a lot of the stereotypical female doesn't want to work with that kind of stuff. Well, my sister-in-law was a different case. Myself, I'm male. I identify as male. I just have a feminine style. That's really about it. I love machines, I love airplanes, I love cars. I'm not a fan of sports except for baseball. And even with that, I don't really pay too much attention to it. I just enjoyed it when I was a kid. I didn't really like football and I didn't like soccer, but baseball I had fun with. So basically what I'm seeing with this, the wording, non-binary non-binary a female at birth, people who present feminine are valid. Well, yeah, you're just acting like a person who has interests outside of the box of the gender that has been assigned to you. Good for you. Now, the thing is that this was found in a group, and I basically said what I just said, and the individual took it as an insult. And they were saying, "You're invalidating me." Well, no, I wasn't invalidating you. In fact, I was cheering you on. I was saying, "You're an individual. You are doing your own thing. The world needs more of you. In fact, which is what I basically said. When I posted this in the conservative group that I am in, out of curiosity, I wanted to see what people thought. Surprisingly, it wasn't as negative as you'd think. Some people did think the poster is basically for special snowflakes. And I tend to agree. I'm not hateful towards this sort of thing, and if they want to do it, all well and good. It's just I'm confused as to the reason why. Non-binary, to me that's androgynous. That's androgyny. I'm told androgyny is only external. Well, while other people tell me androgyny is both external and in your mind. And, you know, that's basically how I've seen it as well. For me, it's outward expression. I don't feel female. I have no desire to be a female. So that kind of eliminates me as trans. But I think non-binary people are people who don't identify with being male or female. But if you're identifying as non-binary, but you're a woman and you present female and you act female and all of that, then where's non-binary? That's where I have I get confused. With me is my girlfriend, as usual. She wasn't in the last video because it was all about healthcare, and I was wondering if the battery is going to run down anytime soon. So I'd like her. It'd be interesting to have her input, because maybe I'm missing some things. Maybe I'm just not understanding these things. What do you say, Amber?
Well, I remember seeing it. And I'm okay, obviously. I'm okay with trans, I'm okay with LGBT, I'm okay with gay people, I'm okay with all of that. Anyone who knows me knows that. I mean, I've been with women before. I don't care. I don't. It's not a big issue. I think they should have the rights for employment, housing, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But when I see this, I roll my eyes. Because it just seems like now they're just trying to trip people up as much as they can and put the most ridiculous. I mean, for me, it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, okay, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, you presented a good argument with that, like the whole non-binary, but you know, then they're presenting a binary.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I see it as? I see it as people wanting attention and getting a thrill about confusing people. That is what I see. I'm going to tell you why. Because, again, what you mentioned about it's of course showing a binary. But it's like, okay, if you take the binary out, it just sounds like cisgender.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It just sounds like, I don't know, to me it sounds like people have these new words and they just want to throw them out. And who the fuck knows, like, honestly, unless you're in that circle, what AFAB, I mean, without looking it up, we're like, what the fuck is that shit?
Yeah, I remember having to look up.
And I'm like, you know, I mean, it's just like, okay, so people who are female, who act female are valid. Well, no fucking shit. I mean, I don't know, it's just really annoying.
Well, here's an example. My girlfriend. She is, if she was one of these people saying that she's non-binary, but she looked like this, she acted like this, that to me looks like, that seems binary. That, you know, that doesn't seem non-binary. That seems, you know, if she presented like this, but she did her own thing, like she was interested in things that normally wouldn't be associated with women, that's being an individual. That's being someone who thinks outside the box or does things outside the box.
Well, that's just being a normal person.
Being a normal person.
Not everyone's totally interested. Well, this is totally the most manliest thing, so this is what I do. Oh, this is...
Yeah, I only do things that they're manly.
You know, we all have different, you know, things we're into and different spectrums of that. So it's really stupid. And for me, it's almost like, you know, they're just keep trying to, like, shove it in people's faces about, like, oh, here's some buzzwords and some alphabet soup, little, what are they called? Alphabet words. I forget what they're called right now. Just to confuse people. And then when they say, you know, well, basically you're just saying males and females that present the way they were born are valid,
It's like, well, yes,
well,
they
like,
are.
okay. I mean, and it's just like, I don't know. I think that some of the whole SJW, I'm gonna go into like just the whole spectrum of
Right.
SJW-ness that are really into it. I think they get off on throwing out buzzwords and watching people's reactions, be like, oh, well, you don't get it. That's because you're blah 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 blah.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's something about that they get like this. Oh, I'm a I'm an intellectual, and look at me. I think look at me. I know what I'm talking about, sort of thing. And then the whole idea that they get mad if you say something against them. That's part of it. That is part of it. Oh, well, you're not validating. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Right.
I didn't say like, oh.
You know what?
Huh.
Yeah, that just occurred to me. It's like what it seems like is with a person like this who follows this, they're looking female,
Mm-hmm.
and you address them by the feminine pronoun, and guess what? You're now invalidating them because you address them as a woman, although they look like a woman. You say, "Hello, ma'am." Oh, don't do that. Don't call. You just assumed my gender. Well, yes, you look like, and you're not trying to pass as another gender. I mean, it's like with me, okay? Sometimes people will call me she, and I will just correct them. I won't be, you will call me a man, I just say, actually, I'm a man. And it's been very rare because it's obvious I'm not female, and I'm not trying to pass as female. And, and another argument I saw about concerning about non-binary people, and I'll be honest, for a while I used to think I fit into the non-binary category because my style is not binary, shall we say. Then I realized how dumb that is. Frankly, it's like, no, what my beef is gender rules on things. Gender rules on what car you drive, gender rules on what sports you play, gender rules on what clothes you wear, gender rules on whether or not you wear makeup, gender rules on your hairstyle. They're all stupid. They have nothing to do with biology. There are some gender roles and rules that are kind of biologically connected, but it's nowhere near as what society makes it. But what the non-binary are doing is, in a way, an argument that I've heard is they invalidate trans people. You have to look that up. I'm trying to understand how they invalidate trans people. Maybe by the way they, trans people are going from male to female or female to male, and I guess non-binaries stay in the middle or something like that. I don't know. The whole thing's getting out of hand, and I know it's pissing a lot of people off, and it's kind of affecting people like myself because androgyny, as I've said before, is kind of being shoved into the back corner. Trans rights are great. I'm happy for trans rights, but at the same time, it seems like they're the only ones who are getting the rights. We still have gender dress codes. We still have work dress codes that say men shall wear this and women shall wear that. Or you shall wear the clothing that associates with your gender. Well, my gender is male, so I couldn't wear what I would like to wear because I identify as male. Anyways, if you see this video or you see that picture, discuss it. Tell me what you think about it. I don't mean to step on toes or anything, but I don't know. I don't think this is helpful. I don't think this kind of thing is helpful. I think it's more hurting trans rights and just basically doing away with gender rules in general. That's about all I have to say about it. Have a good one.